guys, today is an exciting one because we're going to be checking out the relaunch of Body Shop's makeup. Popped into Oxford Street Body Shop just to have a little look, an overview, and I think I saw refillable lipsticks, plastic-free eye crayons, 2 different foundations. I'll give you more information in this video and let you know what I think of the products, but yeah, I'm going to be heading to Dulwich, which is in South London, and I've got nothing on my nails, I've got nothing on my face apart from SPF, and I have got a bit of concealer on. They said come barefaced, but I woke up this morning and I was like, big boy here, couple of fellas here, one underneath this star patch. I took my nail polish off, so I feel very bare. Oh, the hands look weird like that, don't they? We're gonna get done up. I think afterwards, once you've had like a little introduction to the line, makeover, we are gonna have our photos taken as well, which is not my cup of tea, but we're pushing ourselves out of the comfort zone. 2023 is the year of trying new things. There's a photographer called Alex Cameron, and I was just looking at some of their photos. They're beautiful. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna wear a little vintage shirt over the top of this. In fact, I'll grab it now. This top is a bit nippy, shall we say, so I thought I would cover it up with this vintage blouse and just tie it in a bow. Just hope this doesn't have any marks on, because I went for noodles the other day. Oh, you can see a tiny mark there. It's fine. It's just when you know you're going to be photographed, you kind of look at everything under a microscope. But yeah, come along for the ride. The venue was this townhouse in Dulwich and it was gorgeous. They'd kind of body shopped it up, added a bit of branding, but somebody actually lives in this gorgeous house. I was just taking notes of the interiors the whole time. I love these open shelves. There was tea on tap. I love a cup of tea. Such a spread, really lovely. It really inspired me to get creative with salads as well. Also, this cake I'm still thinking about. Alex was stationed at the back of the house to take photos, and there was a makeup station in the living room as well with this beautiful mirror. And then I had a little nosy upstairs as well in the bathroom. Look how cute this bathroom is. Oh my gosh. Look. It's all body shopped out. Wow. Also, I finally met Amber from Amber the Vegan. I'll leave her handle down below, but we've been online friends for a long time, and this was the first time I actually met her in person, and we didn't get a proper photo together. This is all I've got to commemorate the occasion, but got our nails done by the lovely Steph. Obviously I went for blue, predictable, and then got our makeup done, and I tried to do my own hair and it didn't go so well. I don't know what I'm doing. Never calm my hair. And then I went to get my photo taken, and Alex was absolutely lovely. Like I say, I was a little bit nervous, but she was just such a professional. Obviously, she's a pro. Make sure you follow me on Instagram if you want to see the final result. Welcome to the review portion of the video. So I'm going to be reviewing the Body Shop makeup bits that I've tried. I don't have the whole range, but I have a good selection of things. Also, this is a couple of days after, because I filmed when I got back from the day, which was a lovely day. It was such a lovely experience, such a different kind of PR experience. I mean, it's always lovely to be invited to these things and like to be invited into the spaces to talk to people who know so much about beauty products, and especially like the Body Shop has got such a legacy as well. It just felt like quite homey and cozy and chilled. Anyway, it's a couple of days later because, well, 2 reasons. One, I filmed the day after and I think I was still a little bit car sick. Like, so much car travel just really took it out of me. I'm such a wuss when it comes to transport and feeling nauseous. Also, I thought it'd be good for me to try the products for a few days as well. But I might insert some of that footage from when I first opened up the product, because it's sort of, I can show you things opening for the first time. Anyway, let's get into it. On my face right now, I will show you, I'm putting on a little bit of the e.l.f. Halo Glow filter thingamajig. I use it kind of as a primer underneath concealer. Sometimes on its own it is a beautiful product, but I don't have the Body Shop foundation or the skin tint to show you, unfortunately, but I do have their powder. I don't know if I'm going to purchase the foundation just because, I don't know if it's because it was paired with a powder on set, or because I said it's the MUA, because I was going to be photographed. I said go a little bit heavier if that's okay, because you know, you want your skin to look nice in photos. I think she went a little bit heavier on my instruction, and kind of because it was going to be photographed, so it just looked, by the end of the day my skin looked very dry. And again, I was powdered to get rid of shine, so I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it was because I was in a car for quite a while. I'm not sure what, but this I do actually really like. Spoiler alert. First and foremost, actually, let's talk about the packaging before we talk about the product. This is a refillable compact, so this compact part can be used over and over. 2 things that I love to see in makeup is upcycling and refills, because it's genuinely encouraging reuse and upcycling and things that would otherwise be thrown in the bin, you know, preventing that from happening. So it's great to see, and this is what the refills look like. It's completely cardboard. That's something that's amazing about all of this new revamp packaging, is there's no plastic. I mean, there is plastic in places, but as minimal plastic as possible. I will say this isn't like the most sturdy packaging ever. It's very lightweight, which I suppose is a good thing. I'm not really a powder girl. I like a glowy finish, but in summer obviously we like to kind of powder down sweaty areas and oily areas. Put a bit of concealer on. Side note, loving the Body Shop brushes. I haven't used Body Shop brushes in years, and why? I don't know. Probably because I have so many. I have so many brushes. Brushes are the kind of thing that I just think you don't need loads of, and I have a lot, obviously because I review products, but you know, a brush isn't going to go out of date. A brush should last a lifetime. So there's only so many you need. This reminds me of the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. It is a matte powder, but I would say it's ever so slightly more finely milled than the Stay Matte powder, but it's that similar effect. It's not an illuminating powder. It's just kind of like a mattifying powder that has tint as well. But if you're a fan of the Rimmel Stay Matte powders, you might really like this if you were looking for like a refillable option. I used to find the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, you had to be very minimal with it, and it looked, I don't know, it tended to look a little bit heavy on me. This, I think, just, it looks nice on the skin. Like, it's ever so slightly blurring. I really like it. I don't think I'll use it much in winter just because I don't have oily skin, but in summer I will definitely be using this, and I'm excited to. I love a powder that gives a bit of coverage as well. The thing is, I'm so used to using cream products these days, so once I've powdered with a matte powder, I'm going in with a powder contour and then a powder bronzer. Then keeping on the matte vibe, they've released these Freestyle Multi-Tasking Colour tube things, which are very trendy. They're giving like Glossier cloud paint kind of vibes, but they are cool in that you can use them on your lips, your cheeks, your eyes. I think they're MUA on the day. I think she used a tan shade on my eyelid, which it looked pretty, and I suppose if you would like a kind of brown nude on your lips as well, you could use it on your lips. But yeah, these are very bright colours, but they are actually workable. I've been using this one and I really like it. I'm just not really into mattes these days. They do have a shimmer. All of these I've got in my hand are mattes, but they do have a shimmer formula as well. I just like a kind of dewy cheek. Like, I really love my collection cheek stick. It's kind of, it's not dewy, but it's kind of like a nice natural look, whereas this is, it's pretty matte. You know, if you like a powdery matte look, not powdery, but you know what I mean? If you like a matte look, you might like this. I just wish it had a dewy finish, but that's just because of where I'm at with skin these days. But anyway, I'm going to apply this with my fingers. You can mix them together as well. I don't know if they have like a straight up pink, because this is more of like a pastel pink. Also, I used a little bit of this purple on my cheeks in that other clip that I mentioned, so I'll insert that, but I think it was a little bit too much, but it's very workable. Like, that's quite a scary colour in the tube, but I would say they're not rare beauty blushes, you know? It's like you have time to kind of work with them. You can sheer them out quite easily. I was always quite scared of liquid blushes, but I actually think it's just all down to a shade, finding a shade that suits you and is not too intense, because a shade like this, I just know is not going to suit me. Just don't think it suits my complexion. I don't even think yellow suits me that much. I've really been getting into watching those videos where people get their whole colour charts done for their makeup and their clothes, and I just would love to get, I think mine is spring. I think I've realised most of my wardrobe is either black and white, beige, cream, or pastels. So I think that's what my vibe is. I really like that. I probably will gift the other ones to other people because the shades, I just know these are not my shades. I think you get to a certain point with makeup, especially like if you test lots of makeup, where you just know, like for me personally, I'm really conscious about waste when it comes to testing makeup. So there's certain things where I'm like, I just know I'm not going to use that shade. Like, I could test it for a video, but I'm not going to use it onwards. So I'd rather like not touch it and give it to my mum or my friends to use than me using it. Do you know what I mean? I'm wasting it. They've also launched cheek and lip, what are these called? Sheer Touch tints. And I like these actually. I haven't used them on my cheeks yet. My favourite shade is it this one? This is Power, and it's slightly more, you can see it's more of a kind of like orange red. My favourite is Bloom, which is a blue red. Bloom, Power. I love a lip tint at the moment. My favourite one is the Fenty lip tint, and I think I like that one a little bit more just because it's hydrating. This one is comfortable on the lips, but it's not hydrating. You can see my lips look a little bit dry, and that's just because a lip tint is not necessarily hydrating as a formula, but Fenty came out with a hydrating one which stains your lips but also hydrates your lips. So yeah, I do like these. They're not my favourite ever, but I do like them, and I'm excited to use them on the cheeks. In fact, with the Fenty one, what I tend to do is I put it on my lips and then I'll kind of dab on my cheeks sometimes if I've got excess. But obviously these can't be too hydrating because you want to use them on your cheeks as well. You don't want it to be like a lip balm on your cheeks. So yeah, that's those. A bit of gloss on top. I don't think they've launched glosses. They had lip balms. Okay, moving on to eyes. They've got a mascara, which I don't have to show you. They do have liners, and this is the Wake Up Cool liquid eyeliner. Not really sure what's revamped about this because it kind of looks like the same plastic packaging, but they have these pencils as well, which are just aluminium caps and sort of crayon wooden pencils. I don't tend to use kohls too much just because they smudge so much. They just don't last. The only ones I found that last are the Kiko ones, intense colour long last liners. I'm not actually sure if it's vegan though, that range, because I feel like Kiko don't really obviously label things as vegan or not, but those are the only ones I've found that don't smudge. And I don't really love this kind. I like a felt tip liner, so I'm very fussy. I like what I like, you know. I'm not necessarily the most skilled when it comes to makeup, so when I find a product that I like and makes it easy, I can roll with it. But let's see if we can do a tiny flick with this bad boy. Okay, let's make this work. So when you've got a lash lift, it's hard to get under. I'm taking their double-ended eyeshadow brush and just using that. Okay, I think this is quite possibly the worst wing liner I've done in my life, but that's mainly user error and the fact that I've had a lash lift and it's difficult to get behind the lashes. But I would say that I don't know how long it's going to last, but I think the colour is very, very black. I'm very picky when it comes to liner. This kind of packaging is not my favourite. I like a pen, but yeah, the formula is nice. They've released refillable lipsticks, which we love to see. I know a couple of brands have refillable lipsticks nowadays, but it's nice to see it's becoming like mainstream and accessible. So this is the lipstick tube you can buy and refill, and again, it's not the most sturdy, but it's fine. And these are some of the shades they've got. The only thing I will say is that some of these colour on the outside is definitely different to what is on the inside, because I saw this and that's, to me, that's quite like a petal pink shade. It's coming out more red on camera, but in real life it looks a bit more pink. And then I opened it up and it's like this. It's very much a deep red. So that's just one thing to note. If you're looking at them in store, make sure you check the testers. Don't just pick up a box. Make sure you check the testers first. And then last but not least, they've released an all day long Bi-Phase 3-in-1 makeup spray. And from what I can remember, it was quite a decent mist. Like, oh, can you see? It's just quite a fine mist. But yes, that is everything that I've tried from the Body Shop, from their newly relaunched, kind of more considered makeup range. If you want my overall thoughts, I think it's amazing they're doing refillable makeup, making it accessible on the high street. I think there's only a handful of brands I know that kind of on the high street that do it. And obviously Body Shop's slightly more affordable than some high-end brands that are doing a similar thing. My favourite things from the range are probably the powder. I'm really excited to use in summer. Really love their brushes. These are going in like my everyday makeup bag now, because especially this bad boy, foundation brush. Great multi-use brush. Use it for blush, use it for concealer. It's a lovely, lovely soft brush. Gonna use that a lot. I think I'll get a lot of use out of the blush that I used today as well. If you're scared of liquid blush, this is quite a good one to go for if you're fair as well, because it's hard to go overboard with it. The whole theme of this launch was revamping their old makeup, so it's kind of like giving refillable options and whatnot. So it's not like they've launched new, more innovative actual products, but the packaging is nice. I think it's really great how they've tried to use cardboard as much as they can, and there's no plastic packaging, outer packaging that I've come across as of yet, which I think is amazing. And I hope all brands do that, because it's just so pointless, you know. Why put plastic around a plastic tube or a tube of glass that doesn't actually need plastic around it? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, props to the Body Shop for that, and thank you so much for having me at the shoot and the kind of makeover thing. It was so much fun, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you've got any questions, please do let me know, and if you want to subscribe, please do subscribe, and I will hopefully see you very soon. Bye.